grade GCSE.
Park High decides to spend £160 on an appeal and a remark.
I want this to come across as a school that cannot understand a ridiculous situation.
Of course.
And wants an explanation.
Fine,
right?
Yeah.
But will they succeed?
I very much doubt whether they will change those grades.
But you think
They jolly well ought to. There's no question of that, of course.
But at the governor's meeting, the head is in more confident mood.
The explanation that came through was unacceptable, and we have formally appealed, and the chief examiner is remarking our scripts. I really do trust that there will be some kind of outcome to that.
We're not gods. Neither are the exam boards.
Right, you might have heard through the grapevine that today we're moving on to puberty, adolescence. Because remember,
Jan Vickery is one of the teachers responsible for sex education at Park.
and how long does it go on for? We've got that one extreme, the early. When does it actually finish, puberty?
When it drops off.
Again, usually.
It's not an easy job.
She can have a baby.
Is it true that if a little baby gets raped that she reaches puberty straight afterwards?
No, I haven't heard that one before, Daniel. I know it causes a lot of discussion in staff rooms all over the country, because whose role is it to discuss sex education, and talk about sex education, talk about sex? Is it the parents? Is it the teachers? You must get your tubes right. The first time I taught sex education, I got my tubes in the wrong order. I was so close to the board, I did my labels wrong. And I zipped to the back of the class, and they were all drawing it down and everything. I was, oh no! You can imagine my whole class going away and obviously trying to penetrate when they eventually had sex, the wrong opening, which would be very painful. Only, I had the same problem trying to change oil in my car, because you have a dipstick, and I thought that's very, that's very appropriate, isn't it? We don't know how many parents actually sit down with their children and explain the facts of life. And we don't know how many parents are talking about contraception, talking about AIDS. So therefore we feel it now has come back, full circle, it's back on our shoulders again. Just see if you can actually name 1 to 16.
4, I think, is the bladder. 4 just stick helmet down, Jesus. 3 is 4 skin, what is Tuesday, that's 4 skin.
Number 1, the penis. Yes, you should have all got that. Number 12 is the scrotum. Number 8, the vaginal lips. Lips. Number 9, pubic bone.
Every year, a nurse from Tampax talks to the first-year girls about menstruation. For the first time at Park, it's been decided the boys should be there as well. I'm torn. If it's going to inhibit questions from the girls, yes, I won't be happy. But because it's an experiment, the first time we've done it, I will be very interested to see the reaction, how the girls react. They might just be sitting there, red-faced the whole way through. Daniel.
Why don't you give the boys this talk on masturbation?
I don't think that would take up a whole lesson.
No, but it'll take up 10 minutes.
Some of the slides are quite funny. So if you must giggle, please giggle and then get it over and done with. Otherwise, we run behind time, and what happens is I cut it all down, and you don't get half the juicy bits that you should do. So there you go. Now, us ladies, we develop breasts as well. They're there, of course, to breastfeed babies. But we'd all look very stupid if we walked around with 2 pints of semi-skim milk strapped to our chest the entire time. Size does not matter with breasts. Makes no difference what size they are. It's quality that counts, not quantity.
The girls act maturely. The boys, in some cases, do not.
This is obviously one having a bit of a snooze. They produce sperm at the rate of about 1,000 every single minute. I don't know about you ladies, but I've never seen any men wandering around with enormous testicles perched in a wheelbarrow and going, oh, look what I did today, darling.
The children react well. There's only one casualty.
Somebody in the back there's going to be poorly. You pop her head between her legs, whoever's sitting next to her. Don't panic. Right, listen to me. It is perfectly normal for some people, when we're talking about topics like this, to feel a little bit queasy and a little bit unwell. All right? It's perfectly normal.
At the end of the lecture, there's a word from the sponsors.
Well, this is a sanitary towel. It's really not very exciting.